Hey everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have kind of a different type of video that I haven't really done here on my channel. But if you've been around for like the last month and a half, maybe like the last few months, you probably know that I've been like kind of getting into perfume. It's kind of something I've always not been super into, but just like had a few that I kind of were like staples, I guess. And then I would love to like try out the little trial sizes, but I've kind of been getting into like really trying perfumes and like what do I like, things like that. So you've probably been seeing those come in, and I have realized that I really kind of want to like test a lot of the things that I've brought in, not just like have them to look at. I kind of want to test them on my skin. And so I thought I would share them with you. Originally, I was going to kind of do like a monthly recap, but I kind of want to test them. I feel like I would just have so many to talk about in a month. I would kind of not remember what I wanted to say about all of them. And I don't necessarily want to like finish things before I moved on to test the next thing. So I was like, why don't I just make kind of like a shorter video? I hopefully will do these at like the end of every week and just kind of give like a recap of what was going on that week. So hopefully they'll just be shorter, more to the point. I can give you kind of a recap on what I was wearing and what my thoughts were. So let's get straight to it. So the first one I tested, I'm actually wearing this today. I wore it yesterday as well. It's the Kayali Deja Vu White Flower 57, I'm pretty sure. I bought this little sample bag, I guess, during the Sephora VIB sale. So it came with all of the scents in the Kayali collection. They have since come out with a new scent, so it didn't include that one. But this one, the notes, I mean, it's called White Flower, so I really should have had that in my head going into it, but the notes are gardenia, jasmine, absolute, orange flower, tuberose, vanilla. Personally, I would say the thing I get the most is probably gardenia. It's super, like, it's called White Flower. It is White Flower. I tried another Kayali fragrance, which I'm actually going to talk about in my empties because I used that one completely up, and I was like, I like it, but it kind of smells floral, like more mature floral, if you know what I'm saying. And then now that I've tried this one after, I'm like, this is the mature floral. Like, this is what I think of when people say like, oh, it's for like mature women, like older women maybe. Like, this is maybe a little bit too mature for me personally. Not saying I'm immature, but this is like not quite to the level of your grandma's floral, but maybe you've retired, if you know what I mean. This is definitely a scent that makes me think of that type of maybe age group or the perfume they like to wear. Like, I even think this might be too floral for something like my mom. This might be just like too much more than that. So I have tested it. It lasted so long on my skin, and I don't know if it was just because I wasn't super hot on the scent, but I didn't get any like compliments or weird comments. So I think it did all right. I'll be curious to test it more, and I'll be curious if I blend it with maybe like a vanilla or something else, if it'll tone it down a little bit. That's the kicker, is like always blending something with vanilla. The next thing is the 7 Virtues Santal Vanille. So I thought this was going to be like a sandalwood and vanilla. So the notes are myrrh, vanilla, and sandalwood. So I was like, perfect. When I got it in, I was like, this just smells like sandalwood. It like legit smells only like sandalwood. I don't get anything else from it, to be honest. I took this on a trip with me. It does say on the bottle, this is the best scent for focusing the mind, releasing tension, and feeling at peace. So in their line, they kind of have like what scent is for what. So this one was for focusing the mind, releasing tension, feeling at peace. The trip I was on was a little bit more on the stressful side, I would say. Definitely wasn't a vacay. So I brought this with because I was like, I could use some of that most likely while I'm on this trip. I had just gotten it in, so I was like, I'm going to test it out. I wore it like all the time on that trip, like 24 hours a day. So when I would like get ready for the day, I would wear it. When I would get ready for bed, I would put it on again, because it's just sandalwood. Honestly, I don't think this projects on my skin at all. I don't think it smells like hardly anything once I put it on. It's just like a calming sandalwood scent. So I've actually been using this before bedtime. Like since my trip and even after I got back, I was just like, I'm gonna maybe use it up and use it at bedtime. I've started testing some other things, so I kind of have stopped using it. But I mean, I'm like this far through it. If you tip it upside down, like, I don't know if you can tell, like, I've used a good amount of it. So if that says something, like, I'm definitely reaching for it, but I don't think I'm reaching for it because I super enjoy it. I just think it's super nice before bedtime because it only smells like sandalwood. It's kind of like relaxing. So that's definitely how I'm going to use this up. Even pairing it kind of with like vanilla based scents, I feel like it almost is non-existent on my skin. I know other people like totally raved about it. They super loved it, you know, and I was like, I wanted more vanilla with my sandalwood. I think this is just sandalwood, personally. Okay. And the next one I got in my Scentbird, so it's in the Scentbird case and packaging. It's the Skylar Fall Cashmere. So this I was wearing a lot when I got in, so it's definitely used more than some of these other ones. This is cinnamon bark, roasted almond, and spiced ginger. I was like, ooh, this sounds great for fall. And I really do think it is great for fall. Do I love it on its own? Not as much as I like it mixed with a vanilla scent. So personally, I think this shines best when you mix it with Skylar Vanilla Sky. Like, I think that's the best pairing combo for this. I do, however, I don't hate it on its own. It's definitely different from what I'm used to. So I do get a lot of the roasted almond and the cinnamon bark. I wouldn't say it's like super gingery, at least on my skin. But this is another one. I feel like without the vanilla helping it along, I don't think it lasts a super long time on my skin, and I don't feel like it necessarily projects super far, but I still enjoy it for this time of year. I think it's more appropriate than like the white flower scent, especially for this time of year. So I do enjoy it, and like I said, I do enjoy it mixed more with the Vanilla Sky or just a vanilla scent. It's definitely a unique type of fragrance though, for someone like, this is one of the earlier scents I had tried when I was kind of getting back into perfume, and I was like, whoa, this is totally something that I was like not expecting at all. Like, I didn't know what to expect with cinnamon bark, roasted almond, and spiced ginger. Like, coming from the home fragrance side of things, I had a totally different type of scent envisioned in my head than what this actually smells like. So I was happy to try it. I'm glad I don't have a full bottle and I just have this vial, but I'll still happily use it. And then definitely my favorite I used this week. This is like one of my top, which is why I have like backups of it and all the things. Super basic, Ariana Grande Cloud. So totally basic scent. If you are familiar with fragrance, you definitely already are aware of this, because I feel like this is super popular. It says lavender blossom, juicy pear, bergamot, creme de coconut, praline, vanilla orchid, musk, and blonde woods. So this, I don't even know how to describe this scent beyond just saying it's cloud. Like, this, before I knew what this smelled like, I would smell it on other people, like this type of scent. There's so many versions of this type of scent, so many just like copycats, dupes, whatever you want to call them, imitation scents. I would smell it on other people and I would be like, you smell so good. Like, what are you freaking wearing? And then little did I know I had this in my collection. I had like a coffret set from Ariana Grande that I had got for Christmas one year, and the scents I majority wore from it were Thank You Next, which I think I just wore too much that I like got sick of it on myself. And then I would wear a lot of Sweet Like Candy. Those were like the two I thought I was just like super into. Little did I know that, like, once I think I knew what this smelled like, and like, I don't know, I think I just didn't pay it any attention. And once I started smelling it on other people and realized what it was and that I had it, I just went crazy for it. I put this on the other day and I could still smell it when I was like getting ready for bed. It wasn't like projecting at that point, but I could still get whiffs of it on my skin. the clothes I wore that day are in my hamper, and I feel like I'm still getting whiffs like randomly when I'm in that bathroom. It is just crazy. And I think it's just like, I want to say unique in a way, but it's not unique anymore because everybody dupes it. But I think the smell is so distinct when it's like this type of scent that my nose just loves it and totally picks it up, that I just, when I smell something like it, my nose just goes crazy. So I completely love this one. I feel like on me personally, it lasts a long time. I need to test out some of my more like dupe or imitation fragrances and stuff like that, because I have a lot of scents in this family. I don't know scent terms, but I have a lot of scents like this that I definitely want to test and see if they're as good. But I think for the price, the accessibility, like it's just so easy to get your hands on this. This is one of my faves. Like I have multiples of this because I have this, I have another little mini like this. I got a bigger size at Walmart for like a super duper deal. It comes with a mist as well. Like then I have all of its imitation scents as well. I just feel like you cannot go wrong with Cloud. I just love the scent of it personally. So obviously you know which one was my favorite here. And then I did use a little bit of Scentsy's Shimmer because this is a fairly, I don't know if you can tell, it's like fairly full here. This is cherry, apricot, white musk, and spun sugar. This to me is like a sugary berry type scent. It's not very perfumey, but it's not like berries and vanilla like foodie either necessarily. It's definitely like a sweet perfumier type scent with berries in it. This one I started using when I had to put the 7 Virtues Saint Albany down because I was like, I can't continue to use this until I use it up. I'm gonna get sick of it. So I started using this kind of a little bit like my bedtime scent, but it's not super like calming bedtime. So I would just kind of use it in between, like after I had gotten out of the shower, like getting ready for bed, before bed. So it wasn't like directly I'm spraying this getting into bed that gets so calming, but it would just give me a little bit of like refreshing before nighttime. And so I was like, I'm kind of realizing I could use my body sprays like that, or just on more like casual morning, like today, like I'm not really going anywhere. I don't really want to put on perfume yet, but I do want to put on something. I feel like that's how I need to focus on my body sprays, because otherwise I feel like I won't share them or give them any love. So I think that like evening time is going to be perfect. I definitely want to test out some more of my body sprays that way. So that was everything that I used this week. I feel like once I get into this, it's not going to take so long, since I won't need to like describe what I'm doing here and stuff like that. But that's everything I used, and I just wanted to share with you. Hopefully I'll be back next Friday to give you an update on the things I used next week. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.